Welcome back to another video. Today on my 2017 Yamaha R6 I'll be swapping out the standard fuel cap for a black Spider Racing quick release fuel cap, and I'll be fitting a Yamaha silver rear seat cowl to remove the pillion seat. I don't use the pillion seat, I've already removed the passenger foot pegs, so I'm going to swap that out, so just to complete the look. So at the moment you've got the rear pillion seat, I've got the silver replacement to go on there, and I've got the standard key lock fuel cap which I'm going to be replacing with a black quick release racing fuel cap. So that is how it looks at the moment. So the parts I'll be installing today is the Spider Racing fuel cap. So this is basically replace the stock part with a quick release fuel cap. It's pretty basic, but I'll go through the installation of that. So with that you get some installation instructions. I've actually gone out and purchased some black countersunk bolts. They came with silver, which I would rather it be all the same colour, so I've gone for black fixings. And then you get the collars, some washers and some nuts, but I'll go through that when we're ready to install it. And next I got this from Yamaha. You can buy these from eBay or Amazon. Don't know if they're much different, but I just want to get the genuine Yamaha part. So in here I've got the silver seat cowl with the cushioned back, Yamaha badge. Like I say, you can get one that's very similar on eBay or Amazon or one of those kind of places, and I'm not sure if it's any different, to be fair. So with this, the seat cowl I got some fitting instructions, which again relatively basic install, and then I've got the Yamaha clamp and screws. So as you can see, it's the genuine Yamaha parts that came with that. To remove the fuel cap, there is 5 M5 Allen key bolts, so just need a 4mm Allen key to loosen off these. Only 3 of these are actually securing it to the tank. I believe these 2 are just fixed into the fuel cap. I'll show you that in a little while. And I believe there's one more fixing inside. So that is those all loosened off. I'm actually going to remove these fully out of the way. Obviously I don't want to drop anything in the fuel tank, so anything I can remove I will. Just need to open this up, and then inside there is one more fixing. Again, 4mm Allen key. Again, I'll remove that so I don't drop that into the fuel tank. This should now release, and it comes off with the gasket. So I'm just going to give that a little wipe. Not too dirty really, but just give it a little clean. Just like that. So that is the stock fuel cap removed with the stock fixings. Now we need to mount 2 of the fixings, 2 of the smaller fixings straight in here, because they don't actually secure anywhere in the tank. So I'll put them on. They are supplied with 2 small washers and 2 nuts. So I'll put those in. There's one, and that is the second one. So like I say, they are not securing into the actual tank itself, they are just there to fill the two holes. So it's going to tighten up those two bolts. So that is those two. So on the standard tank, these are just two threaded holes that these small screws go into. So like I say, they don't actually go anywhere on the bike, on the tank. So the next thing I need to do now is use the standard gasket, because how this is installed, you've just got one internal ring gasket that seals on the top of the main tank entry, which is this one here. The issue is I've offered this up to the tank and you've actually got a gap all the way around. So what I'm going to do is try and use this standard gasket to fill that area. It's not for sealing, it's literally just for looks. So one thing I've had to do with this is this piece of rubber here continued all the way around. I've just had to trim a little bit of that off. I've done it off camera because what was happening was it was pushing this too far and then I was getting that up there. So now I've trimmed that, it fits perfectly. And like I said, this is not for sealing anyway. This main ring seals onto the tank itself. So now I'm ready to install this on the bike. So I'm now ready to install the fuel cap. The last thing I had to do was the three fixins that actually locate into these three, which are three tapped holes. They don't go all the way into the tank, and what you actually get with these is the fixing collar, and then there is a small rubber O-ring on there. I feel like that is just to hold that, so when I put it down it all stays together. I don't think that's sealing on anything because these are just threaded holes and they don't go into the tank. So I will now put on the standard gasket, which again, this is not part of the instructions that come with it and you don't normally get this gasket. I'm just using the standard one so I can then fully seal the hole. So that is now ready to go into place. So I need to put the breather pipe down the vent hole, and then I can get an Allen key and locate the fixins. Just going to put them in loose for now to make sure the gasket is in the correct position. So I'll just remove this, and I can see that my rubber washer is in there. So they're all tight. The gasket I'm happy with, so now I can put the cap in, and then that is locked. So you press down, pull it out, press down half a turn, and then it's locked in. To release, press down half a turn, and it comes out. Just like that. So that is the fuel cap installed, and I think that looks very good. I'm very happy with the fitment, how it looks, how the gasket is. Very impressed. So now I'm going to remove the rear pillion seat to fit the rear cowl. So with the rear seat cowl, I got a set of instructions. So that is the parts I got, and this is the instructions. So first of all, I need to add the small bracket across here with the two fixings, and the washers go underneath the bracket. So it's an M6 bolt, the washer goes underneath the bracket to space it off, and then that gets tightened down into there. So I'm just going to get a 10mm socket for that. So then next, this locates like the standard pillion seat, like so, and then there is just two bolts that now clamp into that new bracket either side. So I just need a 5mm Allen key. So once that is in, you just lift the corner of the foam, and then there is two fixing points either side. One side. There is actually a small hole in the foam here, but if I lift it up slightly, I can see to line the hole up better. And use the hole for tightening up the screw. So that is now tight. That's pretty solid. The finish on the rear cushion matches the seat. So yeah, looks good. So that is two relatively simple parts added to the bike. So we've got the Spider racing fuel cap, which I got from P3 Tuning. I'll put the link in the description. And I've got the rear seat cowl that I got from Yamaha. So like I say, that's two relatively basic mods that I've done to the bike, but make a big difference visually. So as you can see from this angle, very nice. Very happy with the fitment of this. I think it looks very good. I like the cushion on the back with the R6 logo on it. Very impressed. And again, with the quick release fuel cap. Obviously this does pose a security risk with the fuel cap not being able to be locked, but for how easy it is to put back, if I'm going to leave the bike somewhere for a long amount of time, if I'm going somewhere for a day and I'm going to be leaving the bike, I will probably put that back on. But I never really go anywhere and leave the bike anywhere for any long period of time, so I don't think it'll be an issue. So yeah, that is two simple mods on my 2017 Yamaha R6. to make quite a big visual difference there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.